Okay, this is the part 2 video of the ingrain cutting board. So the last video I made this European beach ingrain cutting board. It's plain vanilla, about 12 by 18. Got real nice, beautiful grain. It's gonna be a beautiful board. It's got the juice groove on the back, logos in there, bevels around the edges. This I could sell for $100 tomorrow, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this is intended to be a gift that my wife has given to her bridge partner. Her bridge partner, so her name is Amy, and her husband is Larry. So what we're going to do is make a cool design on this side out of this probably be this piece. This is Peruvian walnut. So it's gonna make a beautiful. It's all ingrain. Everything's ingrain. And then on the back, Amy's husband drives motorcycles, so I'm gonna put a Harley logo right there. Okay. Okay. Before we start cutting, let's go check out the design. So here we are in V-carve, and this is the front of the, okay, this is the board that we made in the last video. So this is, I guess it's about 12 by 18 inches. And the design with the cards and the words, okay, so you can see the detail in there. So what we're gonna do is that's gonna wind up looking like this. So this is the board itself, so the cuts will be into the board, okay? But this is a two-sided board, okay? Because on the other side is the Harley logo, okay? And then if we look at that, that'll be carved, you can see, carved into the wood, okay? Now, and then we have let's flip over the other side again. This is the male part of two of the inlays. Everything is in mirror image because this part is going to be plugged into the part we just saw. So, and the cutout will look like this. So you can see that the wood is coming out, and that will fit perfectly into that pocket that we carved in the female part. So same thing for the text. Okay, here we are starting the carve of the female part of the inlay, the pocket itself. This is the roughing pass, and it's being done with an 1/8 inch end mill. This is kind of just going to take out the parts that it can carve. Now we're switching over to the 12.4 V-bit, and so we're going to carve the letters and the design on the front of the board. So this takes a little, this takes probably 15 minutes to run. You can see that as it finishes up, it makes a really beautiful pocket of the letters. So this is, the front of the board is now finished. And so we got to go do the back of the board and the inlays to put into this. Now we are starting on the male inlay, one of them. So the board's been fastened down. We're going to use the 1/4 inch end mill to do the roughing pass. The roughing pass goes pretty quickly. What we're doing is carving out around the design so that the finishing pass will actually make all of the details of the design be carved out of the wood, so it will fit into the inlay. This is a mirror image of the first inlay. can see it's going to carve out like a groove around it. You can kind of start seeing the cards here. Now we're starting on the finishing pass. So this is the 12.4 V-bit, and we're gonna carve all the detail. This takes a lot longer. This is a very long carve, probably 30 minutes. And this is what you get in the end. Really fine detail. This is gonna fit into the female part perfectly. Now we are doing the second Peruvian walnut inlay. So 1/4 inch end mill for the roughing pass. This will cut out, right here we're roughing out the letters. Then it will go and do the Harley logo later. This takes about 10 minutes. Maybe less. So it's roughed out on the letters. This cut is going to have two roughing passes. One with the 1/4 inch head mill, what we're doing now to kind of get all the big stuff. And then we're going to switch over to the 1/8 inch end mill for the second roughing pass. Now, going to do the 1/8 inch pass. This is necessary because of these letters. You'll see. So now we're completely roughed, and we're going to do the finishing pass. Now we're going to do the finishing pass on the second inlay. This is the 12.4 V-bit that we've seen before. It does really nice detail around these letters and stuff. It gives really sharp points, good detail. It at first makes those little fuzzy places, but it cleans them all out, leaves the whole thing really nice and clean. This is before I've done anything at all, except for just sucked it with a vacuum. So that's going to fit perfectly into the female pocket. So now we're doing the same thing, the finishing pass on the Harley logo. Sharp corners. So it's all ready to go, ready to cut out and glue into the main board. Now we're doing the female portion of the Harley logo on the back of the board. Start off with a rough pass with the 1/8 inch end mill because of those letters. Now we are starting on the finishing pass. So we've got all the roughing done. See it in the background there. Finishing pass with the 12.4. This takes quite a while. There's a lot of detail to carve out. But there you can see the result. It comes out really clean and ready for the inlay. It's time to glue up the inlays. So put lots of glue on these pockets. Got to spread it around with a little glue brush. You got to get it in all the little cracks and crannies. This design kind of hard because so much detail, but you just keep on working it in there. Eventually you get it nice and glued up. Piece goes in. Got to kind of find where it fits, and then it just snaps in. Goes down about almost 0.2 inches. And seat it with the mallet. Same thing with the text. Fits perfectly. Hit it with the mallet, and you got it. Now it's dried, and we're cutting it away on the bandsaw. This is a very tricky maneuver. You don't want to cut the board, you just want to cut the inlay. After sanding to 150 grit, here I'm spraying water over the whole board to raise the grain. This helps, you know, otherwise the grain will raise later after we've oiled it. So now you can see this is what it's going to look like, the final board. Do the other side. That Harley logo looks good, doesn't it? After sanding to the final 220 all the surfaces, now it's time to put the oil on. This is straight mineral oil. I put several coats. It soaks in. You got to keep on doing it. After this, we'll wax the board and we'll be done.